Okay, PBS is about to air a story where it has talked to 74 former staffers, 62 of them women, former individuals, staffers of Joe Biden. Many of these women are saying, yeah, they saw Joe Biden engaged in inappropriate conduct with women, including in recent years. It looks like it's on top of the 8 women who have already complained about Joe Biden, including Tara Reid. Let's talk about all of that with conservative commentator Kristin Tate. Kristin, so even more women looks like they're complaining. Your take on this, and in recent years?
Yeah, this is starting to look really bad for Joe Biden. And these women who are coming forward have such courage, Liz. We've all seen what happens to women when they come forward and accuse Democrats of sexual misconduct. We can see the way Linda Tripp was treated, Paula Jones, and the other Clinton accusers. They had their lives destroyed. And if these women who are accusing Biden come forward publicly, they could have their careers destroyed if he becomes president. So they have so much courage. But you know, the media is just falling over itself, as always, to try and protect Biden because he's a Democrat. And it's really disappointing. The Me Too movement, I think, was quite an important movement for women, but it does a real disservice to that movement when you only believe women when it's a Republican being accused.
You know, Kristin, let's switch gears. Let's talk about Glenn Greenwald of The Intercept. He's a journalist. He is saying that the Obama administration did a massive abuse of power, getting the security and intelligence apparatus to undercut Donald Trump. Let's show the full screen quote of what he said. The powers of the security state, the FBI, the CIA, the NSA, and the DOJ were systematically abused as part of the 2016 election. And then afterward, for political rather than legal ends, the powers here were blatantly and repeatedly abused to manipulate election outcomes and achieve political advantage. So that's Glenn Greenwald saying that about the Obama administration. Do you agree with it?
Oh, yes. The newly revealed documents show that the powers of these agencies like the FBI, CIA, NSA, and the DOJ were in fact being abused, not just during the 2016 election season, but afterwards for political purposes and personal vendettas. Comey and Clapper, they ought to see jail time. This is the same Jim Clapper who lied under oath about whether or not the Patriot Act was being used to spy on U.S. citizens. Of course, later we find out that the U.S. government was collecting data of nearly every American man, woman, and child, and that Congress did not even know about it. As long as the Patriot Act exists, and as long as these secret, unconstitutional FISA courts are trying people, many of whom are innocent, what happened to Mike Flynn can happen to any of us. Mike Flynn deserves an apology. What has gone on here will go down as one of the biggest evils of U.S. government. I mean, the FBI, they did not even have grounds to interrogate Flynn about his conversations with Kislyak. It is routine. It is not criminal for an incoming national security officer who is senior to reach out to foreign people, counterparts in foreign governments to try to ease tensions. So every American ought to be concerned about these arms of government being weaponized.
And Kristin, Glenn Greenwald is saying the political divide really blew open under the Obama administration. He's saying the problem is, and the media is exacerbating it, that now it's about tribal loyalty. It's about whose side are you on, and it's not about which policies you support. It's not a policy debate. It's, do you like this guy or do you not? And now we have former CIA Director John Brennan lashing back that President Trump is doing worse propaganda and disinformation than Russia.
Yeah. The press and, frankly, a lot of our representatives in Washington, D.C. are tearing the country apart at its seams because of this polarization and this tribalism. A lot of people on the left in particular have abandoned longstanding principles about the justice system. But you do not have to agree with Flynn's political views to understand that what happened to him is terrifying. None of us should want to live in a country where people in Washington, D.C. can weaponize security agencies, the FBI, the NSA, to go after any citizen and spy on us unconstitutionally. So it's really sad to see what's going on.
And try to trap them.
Exactly, exactly. It's a huge scandal, but I think the media is finally being forced to start to cover this. And as the American people learn more about what really happened, hopefully more people will start to wake up and see that this matters, and we can't let this happen in the future.
All right, Kristin Tate, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Liz. Always a pleasure.